The Lantern Maker's Secret. English Story Level 3. Eldenport was a foggy coastal town where lanterns never truly went out. Every evening, golden lights glimmered through the streets, guiding fishermen back home and comforting travelers who wandered in after dark. The townspeople owed this warmth to Marin, the quiet lantern maker whose workshop always smelled of cedar, ink, and burning oil. Yet no one knew how he crafted lanterns that seemed to glow with a life of their own. Mira, a young girl with a curious mind, lived just across the street from Marin's shop. She often sat on her windowsill, watching him carve intricate patterns into shimmering frames. Sometimes the lanterns flickered strangely, as though something inside them breathed. Mira wondered how one man could give light such personality, but Marin never shared his methods with anyone. One stormy night, while the wind rattled rooftops and waves crashed loudly, Mira noticed a strange light rising from the workshop. It was brighter than any lantern Marin had ever made. It pulsed with a deep blue hue, filling the fog with shimmering trails. Worried, she rushed across the street, her cloak soaking instantly under the heavy rain. Inside, Marin stood beside an unfinished lantern that glowed fiercely. His usually calm face was strained with fear. Mira stepped forward, shouting over the roaring storm, and asked if she could help. After a long hesitation, Marin admitted that his lanterns were powered not by oil or flame, but by memories, precious, fragile memories he collected from people who wished to preserve them. He'd explained that memories carried light, warmth, and emotion. When placed inside a lantern, they became tiny glowing seeds, radiating the feelings they held. But the lantern before him held a memory too powerful, one that refused to be contained. It belonged to an old sailor who had spent his life searching for his lost brother. The memory was filled with equal parts love and grief, creating a storm inside the lantern. As the lantern shook, Mira stepped closer, drawn by the depth of the memory. She placed her hands on the frame, feeling intense emotion spread through her chest. Suddenly, images flooded her mind: a boy lost at sea, a lighthouse dimming in heavy fog, a desperate call for help swallowed by waves. Mira realized the memory wasn't dangerous. It was simply incomplete. She told Marin they needed to restore hope to the memory, to balance the grief with something brighter. Marin hesitated, but Mira insisted she had an idea. She took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and poured one of her own memories into the lantern, a warm moment of her father returning from a long journey, lifting her into his arms as she laughed. The two memories intertwined like swirling currents. The light softened, turning from violent blue into a shimmering teal that filled the room with calm. The lantern stopped shaking, settling into a steady, gentle glow. Marin stared at Mira in astonishment, realizing she possessed a rare gift: the ability to harmonize memories with empathy. He thanked her and promised to teach her everything he knew. From that night onward, Mira became his apprentice. Together, they crafted lanterns that held not just light, but stories people could carry home, hang by their windows, or give to someone dear. Years later, Mira became known as the greatest lantern maker in Eldenport, filling the foggy nights with colors that comforted hearts and guided souls. And whenever someone asked her secret, she simply smiled and said, "Light grows brightest when two memories learn to shine together."